Hello students, welcome to mathematics class. So as in our previous class we have completed statistics, isn't it? We have read the definition of the statistics and also we have completed all the things. Okay, we have did different examples and different questions we have solved in that, and we have measured all the three central tendencies, and we have also measured the one central tendency, that is median, by drawing a ogive curve, isn't it? Now today in this class we are going to start a new chapter. Okay, in this class we are going to start a new chapter. So as you can see, I have written on the board, that is chapter 11, trigonometry. Trigonometry. So before starting trigonometry, so let me tell you about few things. Okay, what is a trigonometry? You already know about that. What is a tri? Tri means three. In Greek word, we will call it tri means three. Gonia means side, and metry means measurement. So this whole thing discuss about three sides or three angles measurement. Okay, so if I take normal form, trigono is discussing about triangles, and metry discuss about measurement. Okay, so trigono, we will discuss about trigono means, in the Greek word, if I divide this term, I can divide this as trigonometry, or I can divide trigono as triangles and metry as measurement. If I further divide trigono, it means three sides and three angles measurement. So three sides and three angles, for which geometrical figure we will have three sides and three angles. So triangle, a closed geometrical figure with three sides and three angles, is called as triangle. So triangle's measurement is nothing but trigonometry. Okay, now so why we are going to discuss only about the triangles? Okay, and especially we are discussing about this, about right angled triangle only. You all know types of triangles. You have already discussed in 6th, 7th, 8th classes, isn't it? Types of triangles. How many types of triangles are? Triangles. What is the angle? Definition of angle: the curved distance between the two arcs which have one common point is called angle. Am I right? The curved distance, if I have these two arcs here with one common point, so the curved distance between these two arcs is taken in a form of angle. This measurement is taken in a form of angle, that is represented as theta. We will call that as a theta. Okay, that the symbol represents theta. What we have did, just a circle we have divided in two parts. Okay, so this symbol represents a theta, and this is the representation of angle. Okay, so three angles measurement is nothing but trigonometry. Okay, so specifically about triangles, in these triangles also we have different types of triangles. You already know about that. Based upon sides we have three types of triangles, and based upon angles we have three types of angles. Triangles based upon side, if all the sides are equal, equilateral triangle. Am I right or wrong? If only two sides are equal, third side is different, isosceles triangle. If all the sides are different, scalene triangle. This is about sides. Now if I am coming to the angles, if the angles of a triangle are less than 90 degree, then it is called as acute angle triangle. Exactly 90 degree, it is called as right angled triangle. And if any one angle is greater than 90 degree, then it is called as obtuse angled triangle. Okay, na? Obtuse angled triangle. About these types, you already know about these types. Okay, so why we are just discussing only about right angled triangle in this? Okay, you already know sum of interior angles of triangle will be 180 degree. Am I right or wrong? If you add all the three angles, then you will be getting 180 degree. So if I take different angles, if I take equilateral triangle here, if I take one imaginary line from here, then I can convert this equilateral triangle into right angled triangles. You can see here, if I take isosceles triangle also, here only two sides are equal. Only two sides are equal, this side is different. If I take this imaginary line, I can convert this into 90 degree, that is right angled triangle. If I take scalene triangle, again if I take one imaginary line here, if I have different sides, imaginary line, I can convert this into two right angled triangles. If I am taken acute angled triangle, what is acute angled triangle? All the three angles are less than 90 degree. Okay, the sum will be 180 degree. So all are less. If I take one imaginary line, I can convert this into right angled triangle, two right angled triangles. If I take a right angled triangle, already we have right angled triangle here, base and height. If I take obtuse angled triangle, one angle is greater than 90 degree, greater than 90 degree. This is called as obtuse angle triangle. I can take an imaginary line and I can convert this into 90 degree. That is a right angled triangle. So basically in this, okay, depending upon, we can measure the angles, we can measure the sides, okay, but the measurement of angles and sides is very easy in right angled triangle. We can measure, but for the measurement we need to, okay, take the theoretical and also practical measurements in such type of triangles. But in right angled triangle, so the measurements which we can take are very easily we can take. Okay, these measurements, all the measurement of this right angle triangle, we can take it easily. So because of that reason, in trigonometry we have lots of reasons why we are taking a right angle triangle only, why we are just discussing about right angle triangle. One reason is all the triangles, all types of triangles, by drawing an imaginary line we can convert that into right angle triangle. And second most is, for the right angle triangle, the measurements, finding the measurements of both angles and sides is very easy. So because of that reason, we are assuming right angled triangle. So we are just discussing about the right angled triangle in the trigonometry. So let us write these points as A, B, C are the vertices here, and here in between AB I have small c, BC I have small a, and AC I have small b. These are the sides. You can see here three sides. What are those three sides? A, B, C are the three sides. The sides are always taken in a small letter. Okay, and these are the vertices where the two lines are meeting. Okay, rays, we can say this rays, or two sides where the two sides are meeting. So these are the vertices, and these vertices are taken in a form of A, B and C. Capital A, capital B, capital C are the vertices. These are the vertices, okay, vertices where two sides are meeting at one common point. The two sides are meeting at one common point. That points are taken in a form of capital letters. You can take PQR, X, Y, Z, anything you can take. I'm just taking this as A, B, C, okay, and the sides are taken in a form of small a, small b and small c. Sides are always taken in small letters. Okay, so where we have 90 degree? Exactly at B. So here we have angle B is equals to 90 degree. Angle B is equals to 90 degree. So this is the 90 degree here we have. Okay. So here this is the 90 degree. And coming to the alphabets, alphabetical order. Capital A opposite side is small a. Capital B opposite side is small b. And for capital C the opposite side is small c. Okay, now so this is how we will take we will represent the sides and vertices and angle. Okay, then what about these both the angles? These both are acute angles. Here theta 1 and theta 2. I will take this as theta 1 and theta 2. These theta 1 and theta 2 are what? Acute angles. So here theta 1, that is angle A is equals to theta 1. Can I write angle A? I can write BAC, angle BAC. I can write A also, but if for proper representation BAC, angle BAC. So as middle A is the vertex here, it means this angle lying at this A vertex. So again vertices, okay. So BCA or ACB, ACB, this C represents theta 2, theta 2. What are these both? These are acute angles. Am I right or wrong? These are acute angles. Why these both are acute angles? Can't we take one more right angle in a triangle? We can't take. Remember one thing. In a right angle triangle, only one angle can be right angle. Okay, if I take one more right angle here, this is 90 degree. If I take one more right angle here, then does it forms the triangle? No, it does not form the closed loop, isn't it? So this thing we have to remember. So it should be less than 90 degree. That is, it should be, how much it will be? 89. If I take 89 also, it will be meeting at some point. Okay, so both the angles, remaining two angles should be acute angles. Okay, so why? Because sum of interior angles of triangle is always 180 degree. You already know about the triangle, properties of the triangles, which you have discussed in 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th classes. Especially in 8th and 9th classes, the properties of triangles. What you discussed, how we can draw the triangle, when we can draw the triangle. We can draw the triangle in 8th class, you have learned. We can draw the triangle if sum of two smaller sides should be greater than greater side, isn't it? If I take 2, 3, 4 centimeter sides of a triangle, for these sides, in 7th class you have learned 2, 3, 4 centimeter sides are there for a triangle. Can I draw the triangle for this? Yes, we can. How? Two smaller values we will add first. Sum of two smaller sides, 2 plus 3, 5. This should be equal to or greater than this 4, biggest side. Whenever this value is equal to or greater than 4, then we can draw the triangle. Coming to next class, in 8th class, you have learnt about Pythagorean triplet. Am I right or wrong? Pythagoras triplets. What is that? 3 square, 4 square, 5 square. That is, if I take 9, 4, okay, if I take 3, 4 and 5, is this follow the Pythagoras triplet? Pythagoras triplet. Yes, they are following the Pythagoras triplet. Why? 3 square plus 4 square is equals to 5 square. 3 square 9, 4 square 16, 5 square 25. 25 is equals to 25. It means sum of squares of two smaller sides, should be equal to square of the larger side. If the sum of squares of two smaller sides is equals to square of the larger side, if they both are equal, then the triangle is following Pythagorean triplet. Pythagoras triples. Okay, Pythagoras formula or Pythagorean triplet. Okay, so about this thing we will be discussing in detail here. So in 8th class you have 8th and 9th class you have discussed about this Pythagoras triples, isn't it? So these values should be matching in right angle triangle. It means that when we square the two smaller sides and when we add this, the square of the larger side and the square of sum of squares of these two smaller sides will be always equal. If they are always equal, then only we can draw the triangle there, right angle triangle. So this is how, what we have about these things we have discussed in previous class. So now what we are discussing this, in right angle triangle we will be having only one right angle and remaining two are acute angles. Why we are taking only about the right angle triangle? Why? Because if we take any other triangles, the measurement will be little bit complicated, and for such right angle triangle, measuring the angles and measuring the sides is very easy. It is not so complicated. We can easily find, if he had given one side or one angle, we can easily find the different sides and different angles. But in other triangles, if he give one side and one angle, he should mention the property there. Without mentioning any property or without giving any other values, we can't find the exact measure. For that we have to do practically. But for such things we can do as theoretically also. If we know only one side or one angle, we can find other measures also, other measures very easily. So because of that reason, in trigonometry, in maximum cases we are using right angle triangle only. Okay, 99.99% we are using right angle triangle only. But in few cases, totally 100% we are using, okay, about right angle triangle. Why? Because each and every triangle can be converted into right angle triangle. Am I right? As I have told you previous when I have started the class, isn't it? So maximum we are using right angle triangle only. Now, this how the sides are represented by small letters and vertices are represented by capital letters, and the acute angles we are taking in the form of theta. Okay, so now can you tell me, if angle B is 90 degree, what do we know? Sum of interior angles of triangle will be always 180 degree, isn't it? Sum of interior angles is 180 degree. Angle A plus angle B plus angle C is 180 degree. Am I right or wrong? Always 180 degree, sum of interior angles. If we add all these three angles of a triangle, we will be getting 180 degree. If we are not getting 180 degree, it means that we can't draw the triangle. For drawing any type of triangle, we will be getting all these sum of these three angles as 180 degree. Okay na? So here angle A and angle B we don't know, that is theta 1 and theta 2. Theta 1 plus theta 2 plus angle C we don't know, angle B we know 90 degree here. So here 90 degree plus angle C we have as a theta 2. Theta 2 is equals to 180 degree. Am I right? So here plus 90, I am sending to right hand side, additive inverse of plus 90 minus 90. Theta 1 plus theta 2 is equals to 180 degree minus 90 degree. So here theta 1 plus theta 2 is equals to 180 minus 90 is 90 degree. So remember this thing. So as we have one angle, right angle here, that is 90 degree, then what is the sum of other two acute angles? The sum of other two acute angles will be 90 degree only. That is angle A plus angle C will be 90 degree only. Okay, if I take this theta 1 as 30 degree, can you tell me what do we get this theta 2? Theta 2, yes, absolutely 60 degree. How? We know sum of these two angles, acute angles, as this is 90 degree, then sum of these two acute angles will be also 90 degree. Why? If we add all the three, we will be getting 180. From 180, if we remove 90, then sum of these both the angles will be 90 only na. So we have this 30 degree. 90 minus 30 will be getting 60. If I take 60 here, what this angle will become? 90 minus 60. We know adding these both will be getting 90. So 90 minus 60 will be getting 30 degree. Okay, so this thing you have to remember. So what we have seen in this session? So this is the right angle triangle. Capital ABC are the vertices of the triangle. Small ABC are the sides of the triangle. Respective sides, isn't it? Theta 1, theta 2 are the acute angles. This 90 degree. Okay, these both are acute angles. Okay, this thing we have discussed. And one more thing, if this is 90 degree, then sum of the two acute angles of a right angle triangle is also 90 degree. Okay, so this thing we have discussed in this class. Now coming to the trigonometric ratios. So before starting about the ratios, first we will name the sides. Okay, so as we know, here we have a right angle triangle. This is A here, I am taking C here, and I am taking B here. In the last case I have took B here and C here. Now I am taking C here and B here. What is the difference between that question and this question? In that question, angle B is equals to 90 degree, but in this question, angle C is 90 degree. Okay, so always he won't be giving only at B only, he won't be giving at B only 90 degree. Right angle can be changed, the alphabetical order we can change. Okay na, the vertices representation we can change, he can change or we can also change. Okay, so here right angle is at C, isn't it? Here from this question, where is the right angle? Right angle is at C, so angle C is equals to 90 degree here. Okay, if I take one, if I assume this as a theta, okay, I can assume here also, but I am taking only, I am in this situation, in this case I am finding only the angle of A here. Okay, I can take angle at B, but I know this is 90 degree. here if I can take this, if I take these as 30 degree, then I can find these or not? Yes, absolutely. One angle we know. If I take this as 30, how much is this? 30 plus 60, I will be getting 90 degree. Sum of two acute angles will be 90. So 90 minus 30, I will be getting here 60. So for finding any one of these, I have to assume any one of the angle. Okay. So here my assumption I am taking here as an acute angle. First I am taking this value. I am assuming this as acute angle. Okay, so now based upon this we will give the names for the sides. Okay, sides you already know, exactly opposite to the A, small a, exactly opposite to capital B, the side will be small b, and exactly opposite to the capital C, the side will be small c. Small a, small b, small c are the sides. Capital A, capital B, capital C are the vertices, isn't it? So here I have to name them. I have to give the names for such type of sides. So how I can name? See here, the side which is exactly opposite to the 90 degree is called as hypotenuse side. Okay students, the side which is exactly opposite to the 90 degree. Let me know which one is the largest angle of this triangle. Which one is the largest angle of this triangle? Yes, absolutely, 90 degree is the largest angle. Okay, 90 will be the always largest angle of the triangle. So the side which is exactly opposite to the largest angle, that is 90 degree, is called as hypotenuse side. Okay, and the side which is exactly opposite to the acute angle is called as opposite side. Opposite side. Now coming to third side, the side which is opposite to 90 degree, that is right angle, is always called as hypotenuse side. See here, this is the largest angle. Okay, largest angle. The side which is opposite to the largest angle will be always largest side only, na? Corresponding angles and corresponding sides. Properties you have already discussed in 9th and 8th classes. As this is the largest angle, its opposite side will be the largest side in the triangle. Why? Angle to the corresponding side will be same. Okay, so this is the largest angle, this will be the largest side. Largest side is always called as hypotenuse side. So indirectly I am telling the side which is exactly opposite to 90 degree. Opposite to 90 degree, that is right angle, is called as hypotenuse side. And the side which is exactly opposite to the acute angle, which we have assumed, the side which is exactly opposite to the acute angle is called as opposite side. And the side which is adjacent, here it is adjacent, na? This angle. And the side which is adjacent, it means, so adjacent to the angle is called as adjacent side. This is small b. Adjacent side. Hope you all understood. Okay students, so what we have discussed, what I said here, so the side which is exactly opposite to 90 degree is called as hypotenuse. The side which is exactly opposite to the acute angle is called as opposite, and the side which is exactly adjacent, which is touching to this side, okay, acute angle side, the side which is touching to the acute angle side is the adjacent side. So let me write here the definitions of these sides. Hypotenuse. What is hypotenuse side? Side which is exactly opposite to right angle, that is 90 degree, opposite to right angle, that is 90 degree, is called hypotenuse side. Okay, and coming to opposite side, So hope you all understood about hypotenuse side. What is hypotenuse side? The side which is exactly opposite to the 90 degree right angle is called as opposite hypotenuse side. Coming to opposite side, the side which is exactly opposite to given acute angle is called opposite side. Okay, is called opposite side. Now coming to adjacent side, okay, you just note it down. Hypotenuse side, the side which is exactly opposite to 90 degree right angle is called hypotenuse side. The side which is exactly opposite to acute angle, given acute angle, is called opposite side. And coming to last one, adjacent side. What is adjacent side? Which is adjacent to the acute angle. Here it is an acute angle which is adjacent, which is touching to that respective side, isn't it? So the side which is adjacent to the acute angle, or you can say left side. Here we will get hypotenuse opposite to acute angle, will be getting opposite side, and last side remaining side will be adjacent side, which is adjacent to acute angle. The side which is adjacent to acute angle is called as adjacent side. So let me write 2 to 3 triangles so that you will be getting the perfect idea of this, all the 3 sides. Okay, let me draw 2 to 3 triangles so that you will be getting the perfect idea among the sides. Okay, so here I have a triangle. Which type of triangle is it? Right angle triangle. If I take acute angle here, this is A, this is B, and this is C. And one more triangle if I take here, is this a right angle triangle? Yes, absolutely. Why? One angle is 90 degree. Okay, we can't say this as bottom angle triangle. Okay, as it is reverse, we can't say that. Right angle triangle is what? If any angle is 90 degree, then it is right angle triangle. Here we have 90 degrees, so therefore we will be telling this as right angle only, not left angle, bottom angle, top angle, no names. Only will be having right angle. Right angle means one angle will be 90 degree. Any one angle of the triangle should be 90 degree. So here I have X, Y and Z. Acute angle is at X here. Okay, now coming to the sides. Okay, so what do we know about the sides? The side which is exactly opposite to 90 degree. Opposite to 90 degree. So this is hypotenuse. Am I right or wrong? Hypotenuse side. Now the acute angle is here, na? So next we have to assume acute angle. So the side which is exactly opposite to this acute angle, given acute angle, is called as opposite side. And the left side, third side, which is adjacent to this acute angle, is adjacent side. Isn't it? Adjacent side. Similarly here, if I take this opposite to 90 degree, hypotenuse. Okay, now acute angle is here, so opposite to acute angle, this is opposite side, and the left side, that is adjacent to acute angle, this is called as adjacent side. Okay, hope you all understood. Okay, opposite to 90 hypotenuse, opposite to acute, opposite and adjacent to acute angle, that is a adjacent side. Okay, so we will be solving few problems and we will be finding the trigonometric ratios in our next class. Till then, thank you, have a nice day.